we still thinking that all the treat by Indonesia in West Papua as a practice of the neocolonialism in West Papua. There is a military base with a four big military bases in West Papua, and when Jokowi already promised to build 4 big military bases in West Papua. Also, we're talking about infrastructure yesterday. According to us, is the infrastructure for the military base to secure the exploitation of West Papua natural resources. Also, the population in West Papua only 3.5 million, but our neighbor in PNG already become 8 million. There is deforestation. As you know that there are 436,000 deforestation every year in West Papua. I want you to imagine what will happen next if we still stay under the Indonesia. It's about deforestation. 400,000 deforestation happen every year in West Papua. Impunity, arresting, killing, racism is still going on in West Papua. Too many people think that, especially in international, still thinking that a special autonomy is a win-win solution between Indonesia and West Papua. But the proof today in West Papua that West Papua's special autonomy already been defined in West Papua. Money never changed West Papua. That's a point from the special autonomy, because the authority of the special autonomy is still controlled by Jakarta, but in West Papua only money we have in West Papua. But money never changed in West Papua. Too many buildings they build in West Papua. There are school building in West Papua, but no teacher. There are hospitals in West Papua, but no doctors. So, with the low expenses in West Papua, we want and what we should do for the next in West Papua. Peace, in accordance to the people of West Papua, is when people of West Papua can become a nation, can become free by themselves. They can manage all in West Papua by themselves without any control by outside. That is why what we should do in West Papua, internally in West Papua, we try to consolidate among the people of West Papua through one united body and agendas. And in one united body, we have now unite in one umbrella. It's called United Liberation Movement. And after we unite in one United Liberation Movement for West Papua, we strengthen the civil resistance movement in West Papua. We call people of West Papua to use peaceful demonstration, to use peaceful method. They can consolidate and they can be in one agenda in West Papua. Whether people who still fighting for freedom, whether people who still under the Indonesian administration in special autonomy khusus, special autonomy, that will be finished in 2021. We will consolidate them to one peace demonstration, one peace action in West Papua. We call it Momok Sipil Nasional, or national civil strike in West Papua. And other things, we also call Indonesia through the Constitution Court about the act of no choice, act of free choice. because Indonesia already ratified the resolution of 2504, that according to us that the UN resolution never states that West Papua is legally part of Indonesia. That's the internal consolidation in West Papua, which we're still trying to strengthen the organization, call the people of West Papua, and still demand Indonesian to show the proof that the West Papuan already become legally part of the Indonesia through the consultation court, and the process is still going on until today in Jakarta. And internal, in external, we try to consolidate and solidarity within the Indonesian people. We want many Indonesian people to understand about the history, the true history in West Papua. We're very happy that in the last 3 years, we have strengthened the one front. We try to establish one front of Indonesian people in Indonesia, try to understand and try to go down, bring the case of self-determination, go down the road, and campaign the self-determination within the Indonesian people. And there are 42 organizations in Indonesia already involved in this action. We also, in external, we also open the lobby and diplomacy with one voice through United Liberation Movement for West Papua. We try to start from lobby in Pacific, Caribbean, Africa, to stand behind West Papua. And we also try to bring the case of West Papua through the International Court of Justice. I'm very happy that our chairman of the International Lawyers of West Papua, Mrs. Fajar, join with us here. We will have the next agenda in Holland too. Also, another thing, we bring West Papua. The aim for the international agenda is we bring West Papua to the UN resolution. Let's take West Papua to the C24, and for this object we need resolution. Solidarity from the NGOs, churches, academy, and also journalists in international. That's what I'm thinking about the peaceful resolution. We want the international supervised vote in West Papua. So we call Indonesia to bring the case to the peaceful. I think it is not in Indonesia, but the referendum is not a new thing. So I think Indonesia, Indonesia, they don't have to scare about the referendum, because referendum is the international practice of democracy, where in Pacific, as you know, that Bougainville until today is still being negotiated by the PNG's government also to have the referendum in Bougainville. Also in Kanaki, they try to open the room of democracy to the people to choose what they want. We want in West Papua, please give them the room, the space for them to choose what they want. Because as I said before, that there is no nationalism feeling between West Papua and Indonesia. This problem can be solved only through the referendum. Give people space of referendum to choose what they want. So if we're talking, after the special autonomy is finished, there is no another resolution in West Papua. Give people to choose what they want. There's that peace and democratic and final resolution in West Papua. Thank you.